Welcome back. Let's talk about the teachers' negotiations and updates that is coming in. Well, you may have heard already, but let's see what is happening currently. So, on the 15th of April 2024, which was yesterday, government and the teacher unions were supposed to meet for negotiations to continue. Unfortunately, that did not happen, but rather the teacher unions released a press statement signaling a warning to the employer. If anything should happen, they shouldn't be blamed. And where from that, and why is that coming? So teacher unions called a strike earlier, and you know the story. They were asked to call off the strike. According to the NLC, it was a bad fit on the teacher union side to declare a strike while they were negotiating. The teacher unions disagreed that this was never a bad fit because they already gave end of February as when conclusions on the collective agreement and everything would have concluded for members to be updated. The new drafted collective agreement have been made and copies have been sent to the relevant institutions. It has not been shared with teachers because it's a drafted one, and final says have to be done, or finalities have to be done before it is released to the public or to the teachers. As the negotiation is ongoing, there are various stages, and one is the actual negotiations where the different parties will meet to negotiate on their terms. So you have your term, I have mine, we talk about it. Then when you don't agree on certain things, or you are not able to make a headway from that angle, you will be able to go to the mediation stage. According to the teacher unions, they are still on the negotiation level. And if you are on the negotiation level, what is at stake now? The NAT president and the NAT general secretary Thomas Musa cleared this on Joy News yesterday on the 15th of April, where he voiced out that actually what is happening is that government has not tabled anything. So aside the conditionalities that they sent, the earlier conditionalities, the monetary and the non-monetary ones, the monetary aspects, it has been dealt with. The CPD allowance, the housing allowance, the utility allowance, the assessment allowance, and all that. The proposals that were sent, the 15%, the 10%, that proposals that were sent, government has not said, or the employer has not said anything. They have not even tabled that, okay, we will give you 2%, 2%, and when things are good, we'll increase it. Government has not said anything. They have kept mum. But on the 26th, when the Labour Commission gave the ruling that the teacher union should call off their strike, they announced that the teacher unions announced that they have formalities or channel to pass through before they call off the strike. So, in order to pass through that channel, let's meet and make conclusions, then we'll call off the strike. On the 27th, the government or the government team for negotiations were to meet with the teacher unions. They met all right, but the government team decided that they will not engage the teacher unions until they call off the strike. They will not engage the teacher unions until they call off the strike. The teacher unions took time to explain things to them, the channels it have to pass through before they call off the strike, the pressure that was coming from teachers and all that. They did not yield. They asked them that they should call off the strike for them to engage. When the strike was called off on 2nd April, today is 16th. When the strike was called off on 2nd April, they decided to meet government again for negotiations. They came, they listened, they didn't talk. Let me put it that way. Since they have not tabled anything, it means that they came, they listened, they didn't talk. And this went on to the extent that they have realized that those that were in the room with them or negotiating with them did not have the mandate to accept or reject. They have to relay the information to either the Ministry of Finance or to the main employer for the next state of action. And this is the update. This is the update you have been missing. That is why you have been asking how much has been given and what has been accepted, what has been rejected. This is why you were not hearing anything. So now you know that it is because government has not tabled anything and the teacher unions are forcing. They are putting all sorts of pressure on government to say something. But government will say, I won't say anything yet. According to Thomas Musa, there will be a meeting today at 2 for negotiations. Government may have come up with their plan, their idea, how much they want to offer. And it is after this stage, whatever proposal that they will make, the unions will also take it to their commissions, or they will go and deliberate on it. And if it is good or reasonable, they will share or they will accept this. If they do not accept it, or the offer that the government will go or will bring, they will have to re-meet to negotiate. And if still no agreement is accepted or goes on, they will then have to move to the next stage of mediation, where there will be compulsory, whether arbitration, there will be voluntary one. So it will take from there. So government have to say something that we are accepting this and we are giving you that. Here is some of the comments the General Secretary Thomas Musa of NAT made on Joy News. Kindly subscribe to this and we bring you the next updates.
I think we all know the story already. We don't need to belabor the point, but it is important now we place some few issues on record. Number one, on the 26th, when the Labour Commission gave their ruling, and we indeed indicated that we will go through the processes to call off the strike. One of the ruling or the items in the ruling was that we meet the following day, 27th, so that we commence or we start the negotiations. On the 27th, we went to the Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations, where all the government team assembled. Guess what? They told us that until we call off the strike, they will not engage us. We took our time to explain that we've already told the Labour Commission that we need to go through certain processes to get it done. That to no avail. They insisted and they never engaged us. On the 2nd of April, the strike was called off. And before the strike was called off, they had then told us the day we called off the strike, they will table their proposal. They will table what they have before, as soon as we take it out from them. You won't believe it. When the strike was called off on the 2nd of April, today is 15th. The employer side, they have not tabled anything up to now. They have not tabled anything up to now. We should have met today. And when we went, knowing very well that we are not very happy and things might get out of hand, they decided that we would rather make it tomorrow for them to go and seek mandate and come and let us engage. The question is, what is it? What is it? And that is why we are waiting this letter. We have not gotten to the mediating stage. Let us get this thing clear. The stages are as follows. You do negotiations first. If the negotiations do not work, that is where you go to mediation. Okay? Then from mediation, you go to arbitration, voluntary arbitration, compulsory arbitration. So we are not yet at mediation stage. We are still negotiating. And what we are saying is that since 2nd of April, when the strike was called off, the employer side has not tabled anything. And the industrial relations, we call it bad faith. It is unfair labor, it is bad faith.
Kindly subscribe to Seekers News GH, this our channel, for the next negotiations and updates. Subscribe now.